everyone, and welcome to Gassed Up. This is Kenya's premier F1 show, bringing you all the fun and action on the different tracks around the world. My name is Roya Okanga, and I'm joined by
Yui Kalinga. Like she said, this is Gassed Up. It's our first episode. We're hyped, excited. F1 is finally back, so this is the show that you can count on for all the news, previews, highlights, and just premium F1 banter.
for sure. So let's get started. In our first segment, the pit stop, we'll give you all the news, updates, and recaps of the previous seasons.
First of all, I'm so glad that F1 is back. Let me just start there. It's a brand new season. Obviously, COVID-19 affected the last season. It's still going to affect this one with the way things are going. But anyway, race week is finally here.
Race week is upon us.
Buzz, first race of the season. Too excited. Obviously, it won't be Australia this time. We start with Bahrain. Okay, let's start with last season. Obviously, there's many highlights that happened last season. Lewis Hamilton, for all of you Lewis Hamilton fans. 95 wins, 7th title.
There's a lot going on. You can't put the guy down.
I mean,
I know he's not your favorite, but
he's not.
you can't deny what he has done for himself and for Mercedes as a team.
Obviously not. Like, I give credit where it's due. I'm
Yeah.
a good sportsman.
Good.
Sour. It was great, Sour. We saw the guy winning his 7th title. 95 wins, most in F1 history. Like, I'd be a
that's
fool to hate.
amazing.
Yeah, I'd be a fool to hate.
Yeah.
So, you think he's gonna do it again this season?
I'm not so sure. That's a funny thing.
Yeah.
Because there's so many restrictions now.
Yeah.
Regulations have been put into place. You can't spend as much money as you want to. For guys that have
For
a
you
big
cheaters, huh?
for guys that have big budgets like
Okay.
us, Mercedes, okay, we're not
Okay.
broke.
Okay.
We have the facilities. So, with that regulation put in place, other teams are now on a fairer playing field, yeah?
True.
They're able to compete at similar or the same sort of level, which will make the sport very interesting. We also have people like Racing Point, which is now Aston Martin,
Yeah.
who are very controversial when it comes to these things. So we're looking out for certain teams that bring that element of fun to the sport.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to. In terms of Bahrain, this is a tricky track. Like last year, there's a lot of things that happened there. I'm interested to see what will happen. What do you think the weather will be like? Do you think it will affect the race? I'm praying for rain, but it's the desert, so...
I mean, we have seen rain in Bahrain in the recent years, like twice. But like, it's been hot. I've actually been checking the weather the whole week just to see how it's gonna be. So I think it's not gonna be any rain.
Yeah, but you see, that's the difference. So the heat on the track...
Yeah, that's another.
Remember that
problem
time the
altogether.
tires were just busting everywhere? I'm looking for that element of,
Racing.
yeah,
Okay.
racing anxiety. Like I want, we're so used to Hamilton winning. I want something to happen.
I feel like that's not gonna be the case this season, though. I mean, everyone has a new car. Some guys have new engines, like you said, Racing Point. Okay, now they're Aston Martin. But last season they got a better engine like yours. They were called the Pink Mercedes.
mine.
They were called the Pink Mercedes. I mean, I'm
So
sure
now they're
that
the
had...
green Mercedes.
I guess. I'm sure that had a huge role to play. And also, last season we saw Sergio Perez winning his first ever title. I mean, race, which is
Yeah.
great for him. It was actually on the same track, but it wasn't the Bahrain GP. It was Sakir. So I'm sure it's gonna be interesting.
So you
Gonna be
think,
interesting.
to your point,
Yes.
we're just saying that money is such a big influence on this thing,
I
because
think-
Racing Point have a billionaire backing them,
Yeah, true.
and they won, or they were very competitive last season.
Let's be honest, money is the only thing. Like, if you have money, like, okay, but not really the only thing, because there's teams like Williams, they're also rich, they have money, they have a budget, but like, they don't perform.
No, that's
So-
poor management on their part. Because let me tell you something, I used to think it's an element of both the constructor and the driver. Then, what's his name? Russell
Yeah.
came to Mercedes for one try and was leading the pack.
True.
So, when I talk about Williams, I just think poor management. Those guys, or poor engineers, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're at that level of F1, but you're not competing at the same level of engineering.
Bahrain will actually be interesting to see. First race of the year. That's great. Like you said, last season there was a lot of things that happened on that track. The most sad thing, obviously, the man on fire, Kevin Grosjean. Sad stuff. Like we haven't seen an accident like that in F1 for years.
Yes.
I didn't even think like these modern cars
possible.
can crash like that.
Yeah.
But we thank God he's okay. Trying to avoid all those accidents and incidents on this track.
Yeah, I like how you're talking like you're entering the car tomorrow.
It's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna get the first points on the board, see what types of challenges they're gonna be, like the duels between drivers. It'll be interesting to watch.
That's another thing I'm looking forward to, especially since there's been the shuffle. Drivers have moved to different teams. Some drivers have come from F2 to F1. I'm very interested to see what type of collisions we'll have within the teams.
Yeah.
Like, obviously some people don't like each other because you're not being given a chance. Yeah. Like, imagine how Bottas feels when Hamilton wins all the time. And you're in the same team, you're in the same car. So, I'm interested to see what type of relationships the drivers will have this season.
True. Like you said, the shuffle, the most interesting one I want to see is Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Perez is he's a great driver, honestly. We saw last season he won his first race, like we said. And with Racing Point, I don't think he would have ever gotten the chance to compete for like a title. Like, yeah, they were doing better than always, but I don't think they're a championship contending side.
Why not?
So, I mean, they're just those guys.
Like, are they those guys? They're putting pressure on Mercedes.
True, but like those are the guys who win like the second half of the championship.
Top 10.
Yeah. So the midfield battle, like they call it. Those are the guys who are now battling for that. Them and McLaren. But like top three, we know, like as history has shown us, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull. McLaren are trying, but top three is usually like that. So I feel like now that he has Max first of all as a partner, that's going to be hell. Max is my favorite driver. Let me just put that on record.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is my favorite driver. Like the battle between them, both of them trying to prove their point at Red Bull, will actually make a huge difference to the sport for sure.
You think so?
I think so. Sergio Perez is too talented. Like, I like the guy, and he's calm, very calm. So I like him. So having one hothead and one calm guy in the same team could be a good battle. Yeah, as well as Ferrari, as well they have Carlos Sainz now with Charles Leclerc. That's gonna be amazing as well. You don't really like Ferrari, are you? You're already shaking your head.
No, guys, please. The disaster, the mess that was Ferrari last season. What do we even have to discuss?
We live, we learn. Okay, we're
Clearly
better now.
they never learned. 20 races and you still...
I mean, they had sabotaged us for the whole season. It was sabotage, I believe. Like, there's no way you can go from a championship racing side to nothing. Every race is a
You
mess.
guys were even doing illegal things, getting penalties, fines. What is all that
Lewis
about?
Hamilton got penalties as well, okay?
Yeah,
So
what?
don't bring it to
And
us.
still he won
everybody gets
7
penalties.
titles. So what are you going to say?
Anyway.
Ferrari can't even win in your own city, in your own country. Why should we pay attention? How many races did they finish? Honestly, or at least one of them dragged themselves to the finish line.
I mean, we got podium 6 times, which
Number
is bad
3.
compared to us.
Number 3.
Number 2 and 3, which is bad compared to what Ferrari is known for. But like,
Honestly,
I mean, it was just a bad season. We accept it was horrible. Our car wasn't just performing. Engine failure. Guys are crashing each other as teammates. Like, it was a mess.
that's
I
what I'm
accept.
talking about. You see
was a
that
mess.
relationship between teammates? I feel like it's also a factor. Because maybe your teammate
Definitely.
is getting to your head. And
Definitely.
I mean, why would you spontaneously crash into your own guy? Your teammate is getting into your head.
I know. The last time we saw drivers from the same team crashing each other was Lewis Hamilton and Rosberg, interestingly enough. And that's the season he lost to his teammate. Then the guy retired. I always say, what a guy.
Our next segment, Mbele Kosawa, will give you guys predictions for the upcoming race, key battles to watch out for, and a special giveaway at the end. So,
Yep.
what do you think? Who's
Max.
going to win? Aye.
Max Verstappen. Okay, last Bahrain, who won? Lewis Hamilton won, and Max was second.
So, who do you think will be third?
I think it's gonna be a surprise driver. Someone we're not thinking about off the top of our heads. Maybe someone new in a team. Maybe Perez or I'll go with Perez or Carlos Sainz.
It's really hard to make a prediction because we haven't seen the cars in action.
I know.
Like that.
It's tricky to make this prediction, but I'm going with that.
No, for safe bets, Hamilton will be up there, like in our top 3.
Okay.
But we don't know what. You see, the race. That's the problem. We don't know what can happen. There's Mercedes, Red Bull, Aston Martin, and McLaren. Those are the guys who look
Ferrari.
like.
Me, I'm telling you. Because of last season, don't write them off. Like, this
They
is a
can give
brand new
pressure.
season.
Ferrari. You're putting. Those are 10 guys now we're putting into. Oh, Bottas can. You know, he's coming with steam this season.
Of course, and he still has one of the best cars on the track. So,
No.
what if Sebastian Vettel shocks guys in his Aston Martin?
That's what I'm telling you. So Mercedes, Red Bull, Aston Martin, McLaren, and Ferrari. Those are our top contenders for sure.
Yeah.
But between there, okay, I think in those 5, McLaren and either Ferrari or Aston Martin will be at the bottom.
You think so?
Yeah, in those 5 teams. So Mercedes and Red Bull are my top 2.
What's your podium? Lewis Hamilton?
Maybe even Bottas 1 and 2.
Bottas.
Mercedes 1, 2.
That's just
Mercedes
bias.
1,
That's
2.
based purely off bias. But anyway, we'll let you have
It's
it.
based on facts.
It's history, not facts. Okay. History, sour.
Facts.
Things
Pure
change.
Facts.
Last season, would you expect Pierre
Mercedes
Gasly
1,
to win a
2.
race? You did
1,
not.
2. Mercedes, Red Bull. The other 3 teams, I know they'll fight and bring it. And somebody from the other 3 teams will be on the podium. That I can say. It's going to be fun.
It's actually easier to guess who'll be last. Williams Team Haas. Let's pray for those guys. Let's hope at least this season they can get 10 points.
Yeah, like
shoot
be
for
number
something.
11.
I know. Can
How'd
come
you
with
get
some muffles.
0 the whole as a constructor?
I know it's pathetic.
0.
It's pathetic. But anyway, let's see.
Yeah, I want to be hopeful and positive for them. I actually want to see them somewhere in the middle of the pack.
So you said Mercedes 1, 2, and one
Mercedes
person
1,
from
2.
the other teams.
Yeah.
Max, Lewis, Perez. I'm going to be brave and go with Perez. Max, Lewis, Perez. In that order. That's my prediction. And for all you guys, you can tell us your predictions. Comment and tell us who you think is going to be on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
What's the winner getting?
Some Carrie's Kitchen, baby.
Free food. You can have a whole
Free
meal courtesy
food.
of Carrie's Kitchen.
If you predict the top 3.
Does it have to be in order?
No, just
Just
three,
top 3.
3 men. 3 men. If you predict the top 3, you will get a cheeseburger, fries, a milkshake, and some chicken wings.
Oh my days. Okay, so if my top 3 is right, I get that.
No, not you. You're not part of it.
Come on, that's not
For the
fair.
fans.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Anyway, that's a wrap for today. Thank you for tuning in to Gassed Up. Tune in every week or every week prior to the race. Now we're in Bahrain and there's another 2 weeks before we go to Italy. So
Monza.
it's been great. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you feel about the show.
See you next time.
Bye bye.